Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, colleagues. Can we start? Maybe let me start by welcoming you all to this meeting. The chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee is absent today. We also received some apologies. Honorable Sangoni will join us, but she's running late. Honorable Ntuli is also running late. Honorable Cameron has got party commitments and won't be joining us. I'm informed that Honorable Sokanyile is also running late. And then in terms of Rule 159 of the NA rules, in the absence of the chairperson, the committee must elect one of its members as acting chairperson. Maybe Honorable James and Honorable Vessels will be standing in today for the full members who are not present. And as such, our meeting does have a quorum. So I'm going to open the floor for nominations for acting chairperson. Honorable Brenda.
Thank you, Mr. Romano. Is the committee quorate?
Yes, we have 6 members. That should be our quorum.
So what's the ANC going to do? They want to nominate Mr. Nhlanhla for stand-in chair, but there's no one here to nominate him. And he bought a new jacket, especially for today. Just look at him.
Yeah, can I have nominations?
No. Okay, I'll nominate him. Just like this one little favor today, just because he bought a new jacket.
Do we have a seconder? Honorable James.
I second the nomination.
Honorable Ngola, do you accept the nomination?
I accept, Chair. Thank you.
Do we have further nominations? In the absence of any further nomination, Honorable Ngola, you are duly elected as acting chairperson.
Good morning. Good morning, members. Good morning to the evidence leaders and everyone in attendance here today. Just to make an announcement that the evidence leaders are now getting the witness ready to come inside so that we administer the oath. Honorable President, you wanted to raise something?
Thank you, Chair. Just make a note of this somewhere. Just make a note of this somewhere. We'll talk again in the future.
Okay, members, let's await the witness to make his own way to the seat. Apologies have already been recorded. Some members are going to join us shortly. I think perhaps some of the issues that we had faced is that members operated on the ordinary times of 11 o'clock. They forgot that we have moved to an earlier time. So hence, we see a quite sizable chunk of them is still on the way, but they will join as long as the quorum is there. We'll await the arrival of the witness. Thank you, members. Okay, colleagues, can we be settled? Yes, can we settle? Okay, members, the witness has just arrived. Good morning, Mr. Brown Mogotsi. You can press on your mic.
Good morning, honorable members.
Do you have anyone in your company or you are just alone?
I'm with the arranged protection and the evidence leaders.
Okay. Allocate RNCSC. Can you formally present the witness to the committee?
Good morning, Honorable Acting Chair and honorable members and all present and my colleagues. Firstly, apologies for the delay with the printing this morning. We've had to secure some outside printers because of the last minute issues, but hopefully that's behind us. And as I said yesterday already, we asked for an indulgence and an apology. Mr. Brown Mogotsi is present here today. We welcome him. It's been a lot of toing and froing, but thankfully he is here. So I would submit, Honourable Chair, that you may swear him in. His evidence will be led by my colleague, Advocate Mogotsi, on my right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mogotsi, let's now formally administer your oath. You have been invited to appear before the Ad Hoc Committee to investigate the allegations by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi to provide information in relation to the Ad Hoc Committee's oversight to investigate properly the allegations made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, which include, amongst others, the alleged unlawful disbandment of the political killings task team, alleged moratorium on the filling of vacancies within the South African Police, corrupt invitation. The Ad Hoc Committee chairperson has indicated that you may provide such information to the committee if you so wish, under oath in terms of the powers, privileges, and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act. Please be informed that by law you are required to answer fully and satisfactorily all the questions lawfully put to you, or to produce any document that you have required to produce in connection with the subject matter of the inquiry, notwithstanding the fact that the answer or the document could incriminate you or expose you to criminal or civil proceedings or damages. You are, however, protected in that evidence given under oath or affirmation before a house or committee may not be used against you in any court or place outside Parliament, except in criminal proceedings concerning a charge of perjury or a charge relating to evidence or documents required in the proceedings. Please be aware that in terms of Section 17, subsection 2 of the Powers of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act, a person who willfully finishes a house or committee with information or makes a statement before it, which is false or misleading, commits a fine or to imprisonment for a period of not exceeding 2 years. You are required to take an oath or affirm that the evidence you are about to give is truthful. You may choose to take the oath of affirmation. Which one would you prefer? Oath or affirmation?
Oath.
Okay. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, you'll state your full name,
Brown Mogotsi,
swear that the evidence I shall give
swear that the evidence that I shall give
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and
nothing but the truth.
so help me God.
Thank you so much. Members, the witness has been officially administered under oath. So we're going to give the evidence leaders to proceed. We know in the committee meeting that we had yesterday, there was a commitment to have proper and satisfactory time for members to ask questions to the witness. So we'll allow the evidence leaders to run until 1, and then we take a 30 minutes break. Then we resume at 1:30 and allow the evidence leaders to proceed until the members will start interacting with the witness. Is that in order, members? Thank you so much. Honorable Advocate Maria, you can now start. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
the best, Mr. Mogotsi. All the best, Advocate Mogotsi. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Mr. Mogotsi, and good morning, honorable members. Just as a matter of housekeeping, Chair, I just wanted to make sure that members have all the bundles in front of them. So members should have 3 bundles, which would be the witness statement, And then there's an exhibit bundle, which is the one with the white binding. And then there should be a statement itself.
Can members confirm if they do have those annexures? Okay, thank you. You can proceed.
Also, just to note that members would have is an unsigned version, but Mr. Mogotsi has signed his statement, and we have the signed copy available here with us.
Okay, Mr. Mogotsi, can you confirm that the statement that has been signed with the evidence letters is a reflection of what you are here to?
Indeed, Chairperson, the statement has been signed. It is the reflection of what has been submitted.
Thank you so much. You can proceed.
Give the chair the copy.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Just to confirm that we've had a number of consultations with Mr. Mogotsi. Most of them were virtually. Last night we managed to have a in-person consultation where we confirmed the contents of the statement, and so just as a matter of process, Mr. Mogotsi, I'm just going to carefully lead you through your statement, and I might invite some questions. As we proceed, members might also ask you questions for clarity. We're going to start off with your qualifications, which you referred to in your statement, which is on page 3.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you've noted in your statement that you do not have any formal qualifications and that you are currently an entrepreneur.
That's
Is there anything that you'd like to add to what is stated in your statement, or do you want to explain what your current position is?
Yeah, no, I'm still doing the same business. As it's written here, I'm not just sure if the evidence leader is also referring to the entire part where it talks of, an entrepreneur, but it also goes over the years I've been involved in crime intelligence. Should I only speak to, or should I also, does your question include the part of crime intelligence? Or it includes the whole paragraph? That's what I'm saying.
When I make reference to a particular section of your paragraph, and as I try to lead you through it, please feel free to elaborate on anything in relation to that, to your qualifications and your current experience and your current job that you have, or your current position that you occupy.
Okay. As a businessman, I'm running a few businesses, including food production in terms of beef and so forth. But going to the crime intelligence, as you say, any position, I have since became an informant of the crime intelligence back in the 1990s, 1999. The voice, oh. And I also became a member
Mr.
of the
Mogotsi,
Commission.
I think you must drag your chair towards the mic.
Oh.
You are sitting too far. That's why you are far from the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I think so far it is written, this is the status where I am now.
Okay. So you say over the years you've been involved in crime intelligence as an informant and you worked as a crime intelligence agent. Are you currently still a crime intelligence agent?
That's correct.
How long have you been a crime intelligence agent?
By virtue of becoming a contact agent, perhaps I should say, as an informant, I became an informant for particular years, and you now ask about an agent that was in 2009. That's when I became an agent.
Okay, so you deal with some of it in your statement, and this is in your background where you explain from, I believe it's in paragraph 13 onwards. But what is not apparent from your explanation provided is exactly when you were registered and how you say during 2009 I was registered and acted as an agent for crime intelligence in the police services. Can you just elaborate on that? And the reason why I asked that is that you would note, and this was also referred to you in the Nhlanhla Commission, where affidavits were produced to you by individuals that said that you were not in crime intelligence. So maybe could you just explain why they would say that and take us through your registration process?
Well, thank you so much. As an informant, that was in 2001. And then I did some operations as an informant. From 2001, 2003, I got deregistered as I was no more active. But when I became an agent is when I was recruited, because that's now the difference between an informant and a contact agent. You then recruited, that's how I got recruited, given some small tasks and information that I used to provide. They will say, go back, they give me a file to note, submit, and so forth. And now, the only difference here is that a contact agent will not be having any identity of some sort. You will only work with your handler, he'll give you the task, you report back to him, and so forth. And in relation to the affidavits that you are referring to, that were brought to Nhlanhla, they were not ventilated in Nhlanhla. However, I think I have the opportunity to speak to that now. I don't know if I should refer members, Chairperson, to the affidavit evidence leaders referring to.
Yes, it's Annexure BM2 of your Annexure bundle. The BM2, and it starts on page 5 to page 9. Those are the two affidavits from members who are part of crime intelligence who say that you were not registered as a crime intelligence member.
That's correct. The affidavit, I know the name of the colonel who wrote this affidavit. He was in the admin support staff of South African Police Service. And if you can check on his affidavit, he only became the acting head of agents program in 2024. Definitely would not know me. Even if he can be asked of 3-4 different contacts, he will not know them. And this is supported by, in his affidavit, if you check it on page 5, paragraph, I am police officer. The next one, Mr. Brown Mogotsi with identity has never been in our program. However, if we go to the next affidavit, there is another affidavit on page 8 from the same crime intelligence, paragraph 5, going down. He say the ID number belonging to Mr. Brown Mogotsi was tested against the CI database. The ID and a source was handled by and co-handled by, and the particular amount of money was given. Now, those are two.
And it's the last one you just read. The second individual who deposed to the statement have been in crime intelligence since 2015. So that doesn't seem to be a new member in crime intelligence. On page 7 is stated, I am stationed at the Secret Service Account Division Crime Intelligence since 2015. That goes against what you said in your statement.
Page 8.
Page 7.
That's correct.
So this is not somebody new.
I don't see the difference now.
Page
This is the second affidavit, yes.
Page 7.
Yes, and what is the question, evidence now?
My question is, I read out paragraph 15 of your statement where you said these individuals are newly appointed.
That's correct.
You read the first statement that said the person was appointed in 2024. The second individual says that he's been at crime intelligence since 2015.
That's correct.
So that is not a newly appointed person. Do you agree?
Yeah, but being appointed in that division in 2015 may have interacted with my other projects and assignments between those years till 2021, I believe.
What does that mean?
I'm saying if a person was appointed in 2015, and when I became a contact in 2009, he may have interacted with my assignments, that particular person. I like the one who got appointed in 2024 and say he does not know me. Obviously, there's no way he could know me. And I'm saying in this affidavit, if you check to fabrication, when talking about fabrication, the particular colonel was appointed by Lieutenant General Lushawa in the finance section. This person, the same one in 2024, who says I'm not appearing on the system, whereas there is one that says with a caption number and so forth. This one was appointed in 2014, was actually appointed by Lieutenant Lushawa in 2024, recently. Correct. Okay,
so let's go to what the second person says about your registration in 2009. So the second individual on page 8 of his statement says that the source was registered in 2001 on the 9th of January, I believe, at Soweto cluster, and in the same, the source was deregistered also in 2001.
That's correct.
So this person suggests that you've only been in crime intelligence for a couple of months. And then it says the handlers requested an amount of 1,200 for recruitment fee to motivate the contact. According to our report, there are no other financial transactions related to the source for the period he was active in our system. So he says you've only been active for a couple of months in 2001.
Yes, that's correct. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, now here, if you check it properly, he's talking about I was registered as an informant. Now, those are two things. Yeah, he was referring to me when I was informant. But the time when I became a contact agent, the registration is not done the same way as this one. It is done manually, and the file is kept by your handler, and everything, all your transactions, how you get reimbursed or assisted or paid is done through cash from your handler all the time. So an informant and a contact agent are not processed the same way.
So why is that explanation not in your statement? Why do we only have that these people have been asked to fabricate and that they are newly appointed? Because it seems to, what you're saying is that even if they've been in crime intelligence for however many years, they would not have been able to trace you on the system. But that explanation is not what you've given in your statement.
Yeah, Chairperson, maybe I should comment. They did not have his contact details. They had to get one brigadier to go with a handler to meet the informant and give him that 50,000 rand. That informant is not on the system, but look, his payment was processed. I'm trying to say, depending on the work and operation you do, it's not that everyone will appear on a particular a database. And these databases, if you look at them, they are referring to two different things. On this registration, they are talking about an informant. On the first affidavit, is talking about being an SSA Central Informant Index. He's talking about an undercover agent on this affidavit. Brown Mogotsi ID been in our program as undercover project. He say has never been an agent, has never been in our program as an undercover agent. Now, contact agents and undercover agents are two different people. Undercover agents are police. And you'll be surprised, they don't get paid through the bank themselves. They don't have personal numbers, but they are police. So he's referring to this. That's why I'm saying wherever he is, he does not know the difference.
And so what were you? What was your position?
A contact agent.
A contact agent,
That's
which is different to an undercover agent.
Very different in the context that the undercover agents are usually police officers.
If all of this, because of how the registration is done, why are you saying in your statement that these individuals were instructed by General Khumalo and General Lushaba to fabricate facts about you?
I'll speak shortly about General Lushaba. It's in the statement when he had a female friend to his house. In the morning, they stayed together in the morning. In realizing that the phones and the state's properties are not there, he went and opened a case of housebreaking. And that case, just to correct something, Chair, it's written Broad Lane. It was actually in Varelay. It was registered in Varelay. The particular case, the lady could not be found. And then this Major General Lushaba, I don't know how this information leaked because the officer of the crime intelligence who was assisting in compiling and gathering information that this is actually not a housebreaking but perjury. This Major General lied. He ended up being sidelined and being fired. It's because there was never a case. Now, General Lushaba knows me how you should now check. The case was open here in Cape Town against Major General Lushaba.
Mr. Mogotsi, you deal with that extensively in your statement, and I want you to take us carefully through that when we reach that. But I don't want it to get mixed up with your explanation as to why you say General Lushaba and Lieutenant General and General Khumalo fabricated facts about you. Can we deal with that aspect first?
Yes, I'm saying the reason, that's how the only way he could do is to get someone to say he doesn't know me, because part of this investigation led to him knowing that we realized that this was not a housebreaking. And how does Lieutenant General Khumalo comes in? I'm saying that because He's a divisional head of crime intelligence. It's amazing, it's surprising. Even one of the journalists asked me, how can a lieutenant general, a divisional commissioner does not know you, whereas you claim to be whatever. I'm saying he had to deal with Major General Lushaba to ensure that they discredit me. They even say they don't even know about me. That's where the fabrication come from.
Let's maybe turn to BM1 of your annexure bundle, just page 1. And that is an affidavit that you deposed to. Could you explain to us what that purpose of the affidavit was?
Yes. Firstly, Chair, on the page I've requested, I'll repeat the request. There are names of officers mentioned there. And I've requested that as I'll be talking about that, I will request not to mention their names.
Is it the reason why the names have been circled in the annexure bundle?
That's correct. In fact, the agreement was they're going to be somehow detected. Now, on the circling is probably the evidence leader directing the person who was doing that work, and the person could not tie those names correctly. But that's the reason. That's those names that are circled should not be mentioned.
Okay, look at Mary.
Yes, Chair, just for clarity, we were trying to redact the names, but it seems the printers made a mistake. But Mr. Mogotsi has confirmed that if it stays in the house, it would be fine to make it available in the way that it currently is.
Generally a consensus between you and the witness
Yeah.
on the usage of this information.
Yes.
Okay, Honorable Malema.
No, thanks, Chair. I think we're moving a bit fast because I thought we're still at the introduction level where there are 3 issues that have not been answered. The first one is, why is Mr. Mogotsi calling himself an entrepreneur? I want to understand that because it can't just be a concept loosely thrown around. Secondly, what is an informant? Under which department does an informant fall under? And what is the agent? Under which department does it fall under? And between the informant and the agent, which one has got, not PESAL, some false number that were able to account through that number that were paying this particular agent? Because that clarity is not coming out. And I think we need to get that clarity. So we know we're dealing with entrepreneur, for real if he is, informant if he is, agent if he is. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Honorable Malema. I think the first issue is the issue of the names. I think if there is that consensus that the usage of the names must be avoided with all possibilities necessary. You will also, Mr. Mogotsi, I was also tempted on Malema to enter on the issue of the informant, the contact agent, and the undercover agent. So I think you must also give us the significant difference between the 3. And also enter on, because as you introduce yourself in your own statement, you say, I'm an entrepreneur. So maybe you can walk with us through that. You can proceed, SC. Let's allow him to first deal with this matter, then we'll come to you, Honorable Skosan.
Oh, thank you, Chair. The question of an entrepreneur, it may be understood, in a different way. I only call myself an entrepreneur because I'm selling. I have a small business, and sometimes we do application for entrepreneur development program with CEDA. We make application, and that's how I put it that I'm an entrepreneur. Probably Honorable Malema and other people will able to say no, because you are selling on a small scale. You are there for this particular thing. I may not be able to give it in the proper way in which it's understood, but I just call myself a small business and entrepreneur. To me, they sound the same. The question of informant, Chairperson.
Now, before you go there, you are saying you are selling. What are you selling? Where?
All three, Chairperson. I have some liquor outlets. I also distribute meat, manufacturer wars, and all these things to different, like your funerals, weddings, and so forth. Most importantly, I do a lot of catering, food to events and so forth. And none of them comes from government, by the way. It's only private business. I'm dealing with private businesses.
So you have an abattoir?
No, I have not abattoir. I buy from the abattoir.
Okay.
That's correct.
You can proceed on the significant difference between the informant, conduct agent, and the undercover agent.
Thank you, Chair, that you say I should perhaps give it in a proper way of explanation. I give example, if three people goes and steal somewhere, and one get arrested, the two runs away. This particular one makes the deal with the police and tell them, after stealing here, we are planning to steal even next door. But that information that you provide to the police, that moment, the police may decide that this become our informant. They go there and trace, and if a crime takes place and they manage to arrest these people, this person is immediately declared an informant. I'll give another way is that anyone come from here in Parliament, working here, if there's anything going on that is not correct, the moment he gives that information at that time, he becomes an informant. So in many cases, the police officer, especially in the detective section, they will realize this boy is always in town. He knows people who are selling maybe drugs or something, and they feel we can work with him, he can give us information as and when, then they make him an informant. It moved to the agent. A contact agent then now will not appear in any, this is having a relationship with the handler. This particular handler will bring assignment, will tell him there is this information, can you work on this? Now, the moment you are registered by a particular crime intelligence officer, you start identifying in ranks, in maybe in government department, any institution, those particular individuals that you identify to work with you, they become your informant. You start having a network of informants again that gives information and you give to your handler. And this, for example, informant does not have a file. He say, police, tomorrow they are breaking, they come. He does not possess any file, but the contact now, there is a file where he writes, you get the assignment, this handler will go to his commanders and whoever and make arrangement and talk to them, get you permission and say, yes, you can do that. There's a CIT that's going to take place, mang, they're involved. You tell the agent, you tell the handler will then organize, for example, inform the police of that particular place before the CIT can take place. That's when the police will act. Now, in that sense, I don't know if I'm understood, Chairperson. I was going to give an example in a way of this particular, the BM1, this affidavit that is written here. This affidavit, it came from a source. This particular source made me meet with one colonel. And this colonel was aware of a disciplinary hearing to take place. And this colonel was one of the witnesses. He was called to KZN and be given a mandate how to to fabricate stories to favor the employer to get this particular general expelled. Now, in that sense, I had to speak to my handler, and the handler arranged the DPCI. We requested permission to conduct a particular section called the Section 252A, where you request in advance to conduct an operation, and I recorded this particular colonel. This colonel gave information on the plot, how they are going to dismiss the particular general between the two generals from KZN and the presiding. When we get to the statement, I believe that will be ventilated to the latter. But I'm saying, after recording this particular colonel, we were able to dispose an affidavit. A case was opened by the DPCI, and the investigating officer took the matter, the Colonel Schnell, and I don't know how far is the case and so forth. And to be precise, the same recording, it is this affidavit, which was used in Nhlanhla chairperson, where I was told, you are a liar, you are a professional liar, and so forth. This is the same one. It is because the same police officer couldn't trust me enough. I had to give him impression that when you give me this information, in return, you'll get perhaps a promotion, you'll get whatever. I'm working with the Minister of Police, don't worry, this will be handled. And indeed, he cooperated, managed to record him, and the audio is there, and the transcript are available for the members to look at. Now, most significantly out of this, from Nhlanhla, after being called a liar, the same recording was used to charge this police officer. He was served with the document to appear before disciplinary hearing. I'm trying to show you that as an agent, an informant could not apply for 252A, but an agent can talk to the handler and request the 252A, which was granted, and that's the difference between the chapters.
Chair, just to go back to my question, and I think Mr. Mogotsi touched on BM1. Could you just explain what the purpose of this affidavit was? Who did it go to after you deposed to it?
Okay, it went to Lieutenant Colonel Schnell from the DPCI. In fact, he is on page 4 where he signed and administered that. I spoke about this affidavit. The names I'm referring to are not those that I'm mentioning now. This colonel was called in KZN by the employer at that time was Major General Khumalo, who told him how to fabricate the story. And he did mention that General Mkhwanazi knew about this, and General Mkhwanazi is going to preside over this matter. And Lieutenant General Khumalo also knows. That's the recording I have on the transcript. And we took this to DPCI and a case was open.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to show you that as an agent, you are able to conduct an operation which can be registered with the DPCI or any department and so forth.
So I'm still trying to clarify the purpose of this affidavit, and I'll explain why. Are you saying that this affidavit was deposed to it in your capacity as contact agent in order to get an operation authorized?
That's correct.
And in paragraph 1 of this affidavit that you deposed to, you described yourself as a male employed in government with the minister, with the office of the minister. Is that the title you carry as contact agent?
No, you will not carry the one title. Maybe an agent now, there comes another important thing. One is subjected to something called the legend building. Legend building is an instrument that is utilized all over the world by international crime intelligence services. Now, as a legend builder, you create any false life to attain, provided your handler knows of the operation. You see, I said, if I did not say to this man, I'm with the Minister of Police, there was no need for him to trust me and give me that information. But by the virtue that I promised him with this one, you'll also be, I'll try, because he wanted a promotion. I promised him, and this was done and explained in my affidavit what he wanted. And it also matches with what reflects on the transcript records, on the recording.
So who approves the 25A?
Lieutenant Colonel Schnell.
Advocate Maria, can we stay on BM1?
It is BM1.
Paragraph 1.
Yeah.
There is an ID number reflected there. The witness must confirm if that is his ID number.
That's correct.
There's a cell phone contact there. I think he must also confirm that.
That's correct. I wish just to give explanation, because this also raised concern in Nhlanhla. This is my ID number. This is the current ID number that I'm going to carry for my life, unless with my application that I did to the 212 at the Home Affairs, they are able to rectify the ID, my date of birth. Now, that is why in Nhlanhla they said, you were 13 years, you were 79, and it's in the statement. I'm trying to clarify it, that when I applied for ID, the ID number came out incorrect. And there's no way I can say, I don't want this ID number. I cannot use this ID number. It's there, it's my ID number. In everything that I do, this is my ID number. And when you cannot put a wrong ID number because you're a legend builder. You are using a legend building or whatever thing. You have to produce the ID. The Commissioner of Oath must look at your ID and fill it. Yes, indeed, this is the ID number that I have. And Chairperson, for information, even where I come from, there is one guy younger than me. His ID was incorrectly written 1951. Today he's getting pension because of the problem at home. So it's unfortunate that when this affidavit and the 252A was operationalized, the state was able to use it to charge this police. But now, in Nhlanhla, they felt I lied, and therefore I'm a professional liar. Whereas it was being utilized to attain the state objective in terms of charging the police.
Okay. Pause at little evidence later. Honorable Scosa.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to make a follow-up question on this for me to be clear, and I think members to be clear. Because paragraph 1 on the BM1 and paragraph 6, my question to him, just for us to be clear, who are we facing here? The witness says that he is employed in the government within the office of the Minister of with the minister's office. My question is, which minister are you working with?
I'm not working with any minister. I said this is part of operation of legend building, where I used false life to attain the objective.
So are you giving us a signed affidavit which is false?
This is a copy of the affidavit that was submitted.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Mogotsi. I think Honorable Skosana, this one is an annexure. BM1, it's different from the statement.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying, that I want us to be clear on this. Whether we consider it, because it's signed. So you can't say to us that he's employed in the minister's office, even on this BM1. Otherwise, it's misleading us.
Okay. That's taken. I think also the evidence leader was proceeding in that note as well, yes. So I think you can proceed evidence later. Mr. Mogotsi will reply as to how you guide him.
Yeah, just to add on what Honorable Skosana has asked about the reference to being employed in the office of the minister and the lack of understanding of where this affidavit was going and the exact purpose of it. Because if one looks at BM3, where Colonel Schnell now refers to this BM, also refers, or rather, not referring to the statement, but refers to you as a complainant and refers to you as somebody who is a politician who has been deployed to the office of Minister Mkhwanazi, and he's saying the basis on which he is making the application, not you. From his statement, it looks like he's the one that's making the application, and he's referring to you as the complainant, and he says that you are a politician deployed to the office of the minister, which is what you describe yourself as in your statement in BM1. So I'm trying to understand, were you deposing BM1 as a complainant to be used by somebody who is actually an intelligence officer to then apply for a 25A, or were you the intelligence officer that was applying for 25A? Because if you reach now, and also just to add to that before you answer, he says in paragraph 7 on page 12, that I will be applying for a Section 25A authority for the operation to take place. So it clearly seems to be that you were just the complainant.
Thank you, Chairperson. If for one to apply for this 252A, it's for trapping and all those things done by the DPCI. As an officer in the DPCI, he has to fill in the form. And I cannot go to the DPCI officer and say, my brother, I'm an agent. I'm going to lie to this man that he is going to get a promotion and this. There's no way you can do that. You come to him and say, yes, we are employed. This man wants to give evidence. I'm with, you can see there's another person I was with, is also a colonel. But, and then he's relying on me if I can help him with whatever that he wants. Then he will give us the information that he's talking about. Now, I cannot. The 252A, including the 205 application, the JFE, all these legal documents can only be applied for in this case by the police. And this one in the DPCI, because that's where they are administering the traps, including when you want to trap someone, you obtain money from them and they fill in the form to get that thing. If you check and read it, he had to get authority that we can do this particular thing. So there's no way, and this is a good question. For example, any agent can never bring new evidence. We deal with information. I don't obtain statements from people. I can never come to you and say, I'm an agent, write a statement. No. Throughout my statement, you'll realize I will say, like that Prince Zulu from KZN who had a problem, he was brought to Gauteng. We helped him open the case, but the police must take him through that process to open a case. In as much as I'm involved, he can open a case. I cannot obtain statement. I can never, even today, I know there's going to be evidence and evidence. I cannot produce evidence. I can only give you information, which I must tell you who is going to corroborate that information. Once corroborated, it becomes the evidence that you want.
Mr. Mogotsi, so who did you lie to here? Who's the person that you needed to lie to in order to have this 25A approved? Because you're dealing with people who appear to be part of what you consider DPCI, part of the traps, they also seem to be part of covert operations. So who did you lie to when you made that application?
Thank you so much. You make an affidavit. You first you record a person, you request an authority, and now it means I operated two people, just Colonel Snell and the colonel that I was recording.
The affidavit that you deposed to, my question is, who did you want to get approval from? From Schnell?
Schnell, that's correct.
So you lied to Schnell?
That's correct.
And said to Schnell, I'm a politician working at the minister's office. Go and apply for a 25A and refer to me as a complainant.
That's correct. That's how it.
Who then subsequently approved the 25A?
Then submitted. Now I believe, Chairperson, you look at the outcome, if whether it worked or not, because the moment we get the man recorded and we have a document, it means it has achieved its objectives.
Who approved it?
Wherever Colonel Snell applied for, we go to the NPA, obviously, for approval.
So what then subsequently happened after the approval of the 25A?
I recorded, the person submitted the recording and got the transcript, and my job is done. It's now up to Colonel Snell what to do with the case.
Also, just on the Nhlanhla reference that you made earlier, that Commissioner Nhlanhla referred to your statement and said that you were lying when he referred to your ID number. And I think Chair has also asked you to confirm whether it is in fact your ID number. You addressed that in your statement and you indicated that you wanted to dispel the theory that you were fabricating your date of or your age, but you haven't provided any proof to show us any otherwise.
That's correct. Well, that's correct, Chair. You see how the 1979 and 1977 came. It was Commissioner, one of the commissioners in Nhlanhla, who thought I said I'm from Mkhwanazi Wesizwe. I was a member or a soldier, and he said, even if you were a soldier, were you a soldier at the age of 13? And I explained to him when I was in the SDU, actually it was not the age of 13. I was turning 15, I was 15 years, because I was not born in 1977. And by the way, in these SDUs, there were people younger than 13, 12. I was not trying to prove that I was a soldier in Mkhwanazi Wesizwe. Perhaps if I shouldn't have spoken about it and said, yes, I was 13 years, but I was not in the Mkhwanazi Wesizwe, there was a SDU, we wouldn't be having the story of the ID and the date of birth. I brought it in to say, no, I was not, indeed, I was not in Mkhwanazi Wesizwe, but I was not 13 years old. And then with regard to any proof, those years you will have your baptismal certificate, and you get that other churches closed down, other churches, and I cannot go and make a new baptismal certificate. Then that will be another lie to bring a certificate here that was done last week or last month to prove. I could not get. I looked even for those old priests. Most of them are not my life.
Okay. Just to go back before we move on your allegations of being a crime intelligence contact agent. Now, you say in your statement that General Mkhwanazi would not have known that you were at crime intelligence, that you were an agent. And General Khumalo, was he aware because he's the divisional head of crime intelligence?
It's the same thing. General Khumalo come from the VIP protection. He only went to crime intelligence in 2022. You see, even, I don't know who can I mention. No, it's only handlers who knows their agent. You can never be brought in, they say there's a closing party of agent, you are full in a hole like this. Never. You'll never know who are these people. It doesn't require, it's only your handler will have a file number. Like what Honorable Malema was saying, there must be a sort of identity. And that will stay in the file with your handler. Unfortunately, the co-handler has been summoned to appear in Nhlanhla. I believe he'll provide all that this has to bring from my file and so forth.
How would this committee be able to be satisfied that you were in fact a crime intelligence contact agent? Every document that we've referred to now that speaks to an operation refers to you as a complainant, refers to you as somebody who who's deployed as a politician to the minister's office. There's no indication in these statements that you are a crime intelligence officer.
I would be dead. If one operation come and I say, I am this, there's no way you can survive. There's no way. An agent, that is why I'm happy honorable members were saying we should not jump. We'll get into the details. You'll realize how dangerous this is. And it is only through that handler who will submit the evidence and the information. And probably the committee will subject it to this intelligence committee and so forth to look into those things. I'll give an example of classified information that I had, some of the messages that I had, the stories or the evidence which was presented here about the rifle that was somehow stolen from the crime intelligence, the properties which were bought, all those things, there's no way we can bring evidence. They are classified. It may possibly help if the committee can really decide to summon that suspended IGI, the Inspector General of Intelligence. He has all the information. And the reason why we are struggling, Chairperson, it's so difficult, coming here, you bring information, and here is an honorable house, they want evidence. I can corroborate, and you say, give me the names, I can give me the names. This one was the handler who was traveling with Brigadier Sebola to go and meet. And 3 days later, this informant told us he's been followed. 5 days later, he was killed. Only this handler and his commander, I know them. I can give you the names to corroborate. Even the investigating officer of the case of the informant who was killed. Now, I'm having a property, was bought by crime intelligence. Whoever they're talking about 100 million, I'm sitting with one for 22,700,000. And the question was asked here, did you buy the property and whatever? General Khumalo responded the way. But I have a proof that property was put in the name of an individual, a young girl, who's not even an employee. Similar thing, the messages that you go through in my WhatsApp, very tricky thing about this brigadier from BMW. The same question was asked. Didn't you have any person who qualified to do that thing? They were asking Lieutenant General Khumalo. He said, yes, they advertised. There's no such thing. Out of 25,000 police officers, a salesperson to come and head and become a brigadier of the crime intelligence is impossible. But it's information. Like when I submitted it to evidence leader, he decided, she said it's classified, she cannot bring it here. So I agree it cannot be brought here. But I wish after that session where I'll be cross-examined and whatever, I could be allowed to write a letter, submit this evidence, probably to the chairperson if it's not on public. But we are sitting here because corruption has happened, and now the information is classified.